What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH. First of all, Robert. Listen, Robert. Everybody know that's my dude. One of my favorite characters. One of many. But come on now, Robert. He just coming off as a bitter Betty right about now. Like, he's just sounding like such a bitter, jilted person. Like, Robert, I understand that you're trying to have Anna's back. I respect it, but calm your ass down. Like, seriously. Like, he uses any excuse to try to blow Finn's spot. It's just, he's coming off as very bitter and jealous. Like, that's just how he's coming off. Like a bitter Betty, like a little bitter ex. Like, you need to go sit down somewhere. Like, Finn is not trying to keep secrets from Anna. That's not what he's doing. He made that very clear to Robert. Like, he wanted to tell Anna about Hayden, about the baby, all of that in person. He already told Anna about Hayden coming back. He already talked to her on the phone and told her that, which was not a problem. He did not want to tell her about his daughter over the phone. And I do agree with that. Like, that's not conversation for a phone. You know, that's something that's not a topic for a phone conversation. That's something that you're supposed to do in person. That's what he wanted to do. He just didn't know when she was coming back. You know? So that's what he was waiting on. So, of course, he dropped the bomb on Chase that Finn has a daughter. Because I completely forgot Chase doesn't know. I can just about imagine that conversation that Chase is going to have with Finn. I just feel like Chase is going to be pissed off. That's how I feel. I feel like he's going to be very angry. He's going to be upset because he feels like already his brother doesn't really confide in him like that. But I could just imagine that conversation. He gonna go up to Finn. Oh, so why didn't you tell me I have a niece and da 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 da? Like, you know, I could just imagine that conversation. It's like, bruh, he didn't tell you for the simple fact that he just found out. Like, this is all new to him. He's trying to, you know, he just now told his daughter that he's her father. Like, he's just trying to get everything in place first before he goes announcing it to the world. You know what I mean? Like, and if you know the Finn character, then you know he's a very private kind of person. So he doesn't just run around town like most of these characters and just announce every damn thing. You know, he does it in his own way, in his own time. Like, it's nothing to take offense to. But Robert need to go sit down somewhere. Like, you would think as district attorney, your hands would be a little busy and a little full with cases and everything else. But no, he got to run around, be bitter. Like, go mind your business and go sit down. Like, seriously, Anna's a big girl. She can handle herself. She can handle her own business. I love the scenes, though, with him and Violet and him telling her that, you know, he was her dad and stuff. And, of course, she was wondering, like, where he's been and all that. And, you know, they kind of explained it to her without actually explaining, you know, without giving her the details. Because she's a child. She doesn't need to know all the specifics. But I'm glad that him and Hayden sat down and talked about co-parenting and that they're, you know, happy to do it. And I'm happy about that. But when Anna walked into that house and seen the two of them together, I think Anna's mind might go somewhere else. I feel like she's going to probably think that they probably smashed in her house. Because, I mean, if you were to walk into that room and you see Hayden in your home with your man's shirt on, wouldn't you think the worst? I'm just saying, like, wouldn't you think that? I mean, she's walking around in Anna's home with her fiance's shirt on. That would look suspicious. But if she know her fiance, then she know he didn't tap that. Well, he did tap that because that's how they made their child, but that was a couple years ago. So that, you know, it ain't recent. If you catch the gist of what I'm saying. But, it's a messy situation. It's really messy, and hopefully Chase doesn't take everything too seriously. Like, pump your brakes, relax. You know, Finn just has a lot going on. Like I said, between a demanding job, his fiance just now coming back, she's been gone for a while. Hayden came back, now he finds out he's a dad. It's a lot on his plate right now. So Chase, you just gonna have to relax. So anyway, moving on from that. Listen. Jocelyn is coming off like a total spoiled brat. I'm just saying. Like, her whining every 5 seconds. Oh, I don't understand why I can't move in with my dad right now while they're stalling or whatever. Jocelyn, stop whining for 5 minutes, please. Hell, stop whining, period. Because at the end of the day, you're just coming off very spoiled, very bratty. Like, shut up. You know what I mean? People wish that they had a second parent that they can go to their house. Like, a lot of people grew up without a damn father, let alone living in a mansion. Hell, you got two parents who are very rich, plus a stepdaddy who rich, who got a nice mansion. Your dad got a nice house. Like, you're bouncing from home to home. First of all, as a parent, Jaxs and Carly, they don't, they can stall all they want to. You don't dictate nothing. You're a child. Like, Jocelyn needs to learn her place. Oh, I don't understand why. It's not for you to understand. They're the adults. You don't dictate when you move in with Jaxs. Like, honestly, like, she needs to seriously learn that. At the end of the day, like, it's not up to her when she moves in with Jaxs. That's up to Carly. It's up to Jaxs. It's not up to you. And Jaxs already told her that he's renovating her bedroom, so it's going to take a little time. Even though we all know the actual reason, Nicholas. But, yeah, she needs to learn her place. Like, it's not up to you. And, of course, when Sonny comes in, Carly has to come up with an excuse or whatever about the whole secret that she's keeping. So she basically make it seem like Jaxs has a new girlfriend or something. And the way she was talking and stuff, Sonny got the vibe that she was not happy about it, or she was jealous, or whatever the case may be. So she had to come up with some little story, to keep the peace between Jaxs and Sonny or whatever. I really don't understand why they're keeping this secret from Sonny. I really don't get it. Like, Jaxs, for the last few months, he's been fishing for information about Dev. He finally got the information. So, why can't Sonny know this information? Like, it's not like Sonny's gonna snitch. I highly doubt it. Because even though him and Nicholas are not buddy-buddy, like they're not besties or nothing, this concerns Spencer. So, Sonny's not going to do anything that can indirectly or directly hurt Spencer. Like, he's not going to do that. Like, even though he can't stand Jaxs and he's not friends with Nicholas, he would never do it to Spencer. You know what I mean? Like, he loves Spencer like, that's his own. That's just the way Sonny sees it. But I feel like they should tell him. Because it's not like he's, he cares for Valentine, obviously. So anything that could take Valentine down, Sonny's all for it. So I don't know why they don't just break down and just tell him. That way Carly doesn't have to lie to her husband. Because you know how Sonny is when the truth comes out. I think, honestly, I feel like Sonny's going to be more pissed about the fact that Carly kept a secret from him. It's not about the secret itself. It's that she lied to him. Because remember, when Sonny and Carly got back together, she, when they worked out their issues, she told him that she wants complete honesty in their relationship. So it's hypocritical because Sonny has been mostly honest with her about things. So it's hypocritical for her to keep a secret. But you expect him to be honest with you, but you're not being honest with him. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the way marriage works. It's not one-sided. If you expect him to be real and truthful with you, you have to be real and truthful with him. That's just the way it works. It's 50-50. I just feel like when this all comes out, a lot of damage is going to be done. Like, I feel like relationships, friendships are all going to possibly be broken or at least messed up. You know what I mean? Like, because the more people that gets dragged into this, like, the more people that get dragged into this secret, the worse it's going to be. Like, you see how spouses have to lie to each other, friends have to lie to each other. Like, it's just one big colossal mess. And Nicholas is not making this any easier because he's kind of creating this mess. Nobody had a clue Nicholas was alive. He should have just stayed the hell out of Port Charles like Jaxs wanted him to. And not only did he not stay out of Port Charles, when you were supposed to, your one goal is to stay in the house. That's your main objective right now. Stay in the house. He can't even do that. Jaxs, I don't blame him for being pissed. Jaxs was pissed because he told him, bro, stay in the damn house. Because every time you go step out that door, more people are learning that you're alive. Hell, he even allowed Charlotte to see him. Like, how stupid can you be? But clearly Charlotte doesn't, I don't believe she knows who Nicholas is, so that's a good thing. Luckily for him, because had anybody else seen him, bro, it's just stupid. Like, he just does not listen. Like, I just feel like Jax needs to pull out of this, because the shipping division at Cassadine is not worth this. Because in my opinion, financially, Jax doesn't need the shipping division. He's, a billionaire. Like, you don't freaking need the money. I mean, he wants the shipping division because it's a lucrative deal, but I mean, it's not worth the headache or going to prison, because that's what he's facing at this point. So it's not worth all that. Like, Nicholas needs to go sit down. Now you got not only Jason breathing down your neck, now you got Jordan breathing down your neck, because now she's wondering about the credit card. She's wondering about it, and all he could come up with is, oh, somebody stole it. She's not buying it, because it's all too convenient and coincidental for her. Like, she knows that he was investigating Cassandra, now all of a sudden she's disappeared. Like, come on now. She's not buying that foolishness. So you just got too many people on your neck right about now. Like, it's not worth the hassle, in my opinion, because Nicholas want to be a freaking idiot. So anyway, moving on from that, I like the scenes with Avery and Ava and Sonny. Sonny was very nice. He was decent to Ava, which I respect. He allowed Avery to see her, and that's really not something Ava was expecting. I wasn't expecting it either. But I am glad that he listened to Laura and stuff like that, because he understood where Laura was coming from. Like, they all dealt with mental health issues. Laura's dealt with it. Sonny has bipolar disorder. Ava's dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? So he sympathizes with her on that. You know what I mean? At the very least. But Ava definitely is going to need more help, because when Trina came to see her and stuff like that, to let her know that, I guess, a certain day she's not going to be able to be at the gallery, she called her Kiki. She called Trina Kiki. Like, Ava, she's going to need a longer stay at Shady Brook. She's just going to need it. I feel bad for her, because she looked horrible. Like, seriously. Hopefully she gets better, but I like this journey that they're taking her on right now. I think it's showing Ava in a whole different way, you know what I mean, than what you're normally seeing from her. Usually you've seen all these different sides to her angry side, her emotional side. Now you're seeing her at her lowest, at her most vulnerable, you know what I mean? So I like the different, depths that they're playing. Like, I like it. They're showing all these different layers to her, and I'm loving it. I think it's dope. Honestly, though, I feel like, listen, I understand Charlotte's a child and whatnot, and she's been through some things, but the way she spoke to Lulu, I'm sorry, she would have had to get a belt to her ass. I'm just saying. These people need to start whooping these children. I'm just saying, the amount of back talk, like I come from a generation, from an era where you don't do all of that. Like, all that back talk, you would get knocked in your mouth. Like, we don't do all of that. Like, her sitting there telling her mother, oh, I'm not going home with you. Excuse me? What do you mean you're not going home with your mother? Like, are you serious? Who the hell do these kids think they talking to? You gonna do what you're told to do. At the end of the day, they need to realize they're a child. They're kids. You're not adults. If you were adults, you would be paying half the mortgage. I'm just saying. Since you want to be an adult, trust me, you do not want that responsibility, because adulting is very, very hard. Every day, I wish I could go back to being a teenager. Every day. Every single day. Every time I have to be on the phone with somebody about something, or about medical insurance, about this, about renewing it, like, trust me, it's a pain in the ass to be an adult. Every time you open up a bill, every time you have to put your debit card in to pay said bill, like, trust me, stay a child. Don't be too quick to grow. Like, honestly, you're not going to like the end result. I mean, being an adult is not all bad, obviously, but I have a headache now. I'm just saying. But, yeah. She can pick up the fact that Lulu and Valentine don't like each other. And even Lulu admitted that she thought she was hiding her hatred for Valentine better than what she was, but she really wasn't. And they basically both admitted that they hate each other. But it is what it is. You just have to, kids sense negative energy, especially between their parents. Like, of course she can sense it. Of course, when Laura was talking to Charlotte told her that she saw a guy at the docks, and Laura just assumed that it was a dock worker she saw. I'm like, see, that's why Nicholas needs to stay his little ignorant behind in the house. Like, you're just letting too many people see you. Like, you're doing stupid things right now that's going to jeopardize this whole damn operation. And the last thing you need is for her to say anything to her father. That's the last thing you need. So, anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about today's episode. I will see y'all all later. Hope you have a great day. Peace.